I'm Isabel, and this is Cam and Hien. Now imagine if when you went to the supermarket, instead of choosing between chicken and beef, you chose between crickets and cicadas, or caterpillars and beetles. Well, that future's on its way, and there's a very good reason for it.
The way that we live, eat, and consume can't continue. World population is projected to reach 8.5 billion by 2030. And with climate change, food insecurity, and world hunger becoming more and more severe, we simply won't have enough food. We really need to think about how to live more sustainably.
We are tackling this through our university course. The three of us are studying the Bachelor of Science Global Challenges at Monash University, focusing on geography, computer science, and chemistry. This degree is all about taking science out of the lab, meaning that we focus on really important areas like policy, communication, leadership, and entrepreneurship, which is where munching on insects comes in.
Hands up if you've had beef today. Did you know that collectively giving up beef would reduce our carbon footprint more than giving up cars? Greenhouse emissions from bovine gases, fertilizers, and manures all contribute to global warming.
But fortunately, there's a whole bunch of alternatives to get the protein you need, ranging from the familiar to the bizarre. For example, munching on algae, pea protein, and artificial meat can all give you that protein boost you're looking for.
And there's one alternative that 2 billion people around the world already eat. And it's been called the future of food by the UN: insects.
Crickets, in particular, use 1% of the water and 10% of the land to produce compared to beef. With all 9 essential amino acids and 5 times the magnesium compared to beef, they have the capacity to tackle growing issues such as heart disease and diabetes.
Now, our team's had a bit of a focus on crickets. But I mean, why? There are over 2,000 other edible insect species out there.
Well, globally, crickets are known as the gateway bug to introduce the West to insect eating. Yeah, gateway. Plus, they're already being farmed on a commercial scale for both Australian and overseas consumption.
Crickets provide greater freedom in respect to farming flexibility, with a feed conversion efficiency that of 10 times greater than beef, and the capacity to live in modular boxes without sunlight or the net space requirements of traditional meat sources.
This means that crickets have incredible potential for things like urban agriculture. Imagine a city with cricket farms amongst skyscrapers and apartment blocks, fed the food waste from nearby groceries and cafes. We would drastically cut down our food mileage, reduce ecological impact, and increase the security of our food supplies.
Now, what's really cool is that crickets actually taste like what they eat. This means there's heaps of potential for chefs to embrace crickets in their cooking. For example, a top restaurant started feeding theirs basil. It's a pre-made pesto cricket. Just imagine what you'd get if we started feeding them the leftovers from McDonald's. It'd be a McCricket.
The thing is, despite the amazing potential of insects, almost no one in the Western world is eating them. There's almost no demand and very little supply. And the reason for that really comes down to stigma.
We're just all too freaked out by the creepy crawliness of insects. So putting them into our mouth is not at the top of the list.
But it's not a lost cause. Tastes do evolve. Think about this. The Western world used to think that sushi was disgusting. Before the 1980s, eating raw fish was almost unheard of and often considered very dangerous. But times have changed. Now you look around and there's a sushi on every other corner.
The stigma in the West is primarily driven due to its form factor. It's hard to take the notion of a garden pest and transform that into a kitchen ingredient. However, our research has shown promise, with respondents saying that they're more likely to give eating insects a go if it's in a ground-up form.
How would you feel if you didn't have to look the cricket in the eye? No wings, no crunchy legs. In fact, it's completely unidentifiable in the form of a smoothie, a cupcake, or even a muesli bar. Well, you can actually use cricket flour to achieve this, which is made from crickets that have been roasted and then ground up into a powder.
We're the Cricket Effect. We're a startup producing protein-packed muesli bars made with oats, almonds, coconut, seeds, dried fruit, and like Izzy said, cricket flour. With an earthy, nutty flavour and a powdery texture that's almost like almond meal, it's a really versatile ingredient that adds something really special to our bars.
We don't have a final product ready for you just yet, but we are well on our way to developing the perfect recipe, incorporating consumer feedback, developing packaging, and registering as a legitimate food business so that we can sell our tasty muesli bars directly to you.
We're doing this because we're really passionate about sustainability and food security, and the world needs a really innovative solution to solve these problems. We want it to be really normal to go to the supermarket and see insects on the shelves, go home and cook some and have them on your plate and in your stomach. We shouldn't let irrational fear hold us back from such a great opportunity.
The thing is, though, it can actually be really hard to make an impact. It's so easy to run out of money, misjudge your market, or just not have all that much impact. Entrepreneurship offers a solution to this. The social enterprise business model is all about making profit, making impact, and making profit to make impact, like the cricket effect.
And that is precisely what we need right now if we are going to be ready for the future of food. Our research has also shown us that people are more willing to give insects a go and incorporate it into their diet if they have been educated about the benefits first. So that's why we're here in front of you today. We hope that you gain a different perspective.
Maybe you'll go and try some crickets, try something new, or go tell a friend about it. Maybe even be excited when you finally see insects hit the shelves.
So let's come together, maybe join our mailing list, and let's take the ick out of cricket.